Jive Hive Jeff from Two Hacks Garage. Well, I'm back from vacation. As you saw yesterday, I started getting my mind back into actually doing car stuff and started doing a little wiring. And actually, after that video, I ended up doing more wiring. I didn't even film it, I was just in the mood to actually work. But I'm back at Micah's shop. As you saw while I was gone, he actually pulled the 305 out of Project 9194. We did an introduction video on this, but we never really did go over the engine. So with this one, it's kind of a video of where we're at with this and kind of explain this engine. About the same time I started tearing apart the 68 Ford Thunderbird, Micah had bought a 2004 Silverado just for this engine and transmission. 5.3 LS, 4L60E, and he decided that he was going to take his Chevy truck and take that engine, rebuild it, swap it, do all that stuff. I never thought I'd have an LS on the channel because I'm an old school guy, but after learning a lot more about them and some other channels doing them and doing a lot of research, got to play around with some stuff at Jimmy's. Really appreciate the crossbolt mains on these, the roller cam setup, the cathedral port heads to maximize flow, all of that type of stuff. This is a budget build. It looks extremely fancy, but don't let that scare you because this is something everybody can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it off to Micah so he can explain that, what he's done to this, and what's going to take place soon.
Well, like you said, this is a budget build, but it's not everybody's budget. I call it my budget since, this is what I can afford to do. So, you can take that either way how you want. So basically, like I said, Jeff sets out of an '04. It's 5.3. It's a stock bore. There's nothing modified heavily. It's stock pistons. It's nothing crazy. The heads are the stock heads that came on the engine. So really the only thing done to this engine, besides we took it all down and did rebuild all of it, but the only thing upgraded in this engine is the cam, and we upgraded the valve springs, which all these components were bought from Texas Speed, so it's kind of just a predetermined recipe that we bought. So like I said, it was just, I wanted something simple and easy. I didn't want crazy modified. I just wanted some better performance. Because like I said, this is going to be a driver. I'm not going to race it or do anything crazy. I'm going to do the upgrades, with everything else. But I just wanted some good horsepower that was reliable. So basically, the cam, it's a Texas Speed Stage 2 high lift truck cam. And it's meant to run on a stock torque converter. Because like I said, I didn't want anything wild and crazy. So nothing crazy there. And like I said, they're upgraded valve spring, double lift spring to go to match this head. Like I said, you pick this cam and they recommend this valve spring, so it was not much thought into it. They pretty much had all the thought done into it, and that's what we did. So nothing crazy there. So we get down to the transmission. That's where I spend a little more time and put a little more money into. So for down the road, if I want to build and throw some more power at it, that's where I put more of my money right now. And I know some people said, yeah, you could probably go to a 4L80, but I was like I said, it was already with the truck, and like I said, this is my budget. I call my budget build. So basically what's done to the transmission, fully rebuilt, took it all apart, case was clean, down to bare nothing. So it's, the short of it is, it's modified to handle power. So it does have a few billet pieces put in it. It's got a modified shift plate, modified clutch pack, Corvette servo, and that's pretty much it. And brand new torque converter, which is stock. So like I said, we'll see how it goes, but it's nothing crazy. We'll see how it goes. We're getting closer. The intake for this, I'm not going to reveal what's going on there. Like I said, it's going to be a little surprise. It'll be like once somebody sees it, it'll be like, like, what'd you do there? So that'll be up and coming. So, but yeah, basically that's it. We, like I said, Jeff told me we got the old one out. We got to do a few more things to get cleaned up on the truck and the frame before we drop this in. And yeah, more to come.
Way more to come on this. Micah's actually been doing a lot of cleaning. I'm going to show you that real quick, what he's got going on up front. We're talking about different ideas of how we're going to tackle the front end of this truck. He's already done the frame and a lot of that stuff. We'll show you that again, but the front needs to be addressed. A lot of this work was done at his friend Mike's at 150 Speed Shop in Leroy, Illinois. Another shout out to him. But the numbers on this, I think we had talked about with the cam upgrade, the bolt-ons and the tune, it was like the 430 horsepower recipe. So even being a stock LS, just because of how they're built, components, Texas Speed's recipe of making power, reliable power, efficient power, daily driver power, it's still making over 400 horse. Yeah. And you know, that, guys, that's quite a bit on the street. This truck's not going to weigh a whole lot. It's got a good rear end in it. Transmission is built, so definitely going to be a Boulevard brawler. Just have fun. So let's go see what he's got going on in the front real quick. So as you can see real quick, the back of it's all been redone. It's nice and black. Everything's been cleaned. New brake lines, a new suspension. It's been lowered. All that. Micah covered that in a video. Yeah, let's go see what he's got going on up in the front.
Yep, here's what we have here. Like I said, it's still a little dirty. We hit it once with the pressure washer. So like I said, we got some, definitely got some detail work to do up here. Like I said, my plan is, I got a little dress to firewall because the good old 90s era thin paint kind of took that off. We do plan on lifting the cab off of this. I've got some new body bushings and stuff to go in there. And like I said, I'm going to be powder coating a few more components. And that way when it comes time, we'll get this engine put in. We're going to have the cab up, so we'll just drop engine, transmission in here with the body lifted up in the air. It's just going to, first time been able to do this since we have the lift to do this, so it's definitely going to make things a lot nicer. But yeah, so like I said, there's this is what we got. It's more to come. Like I said, I can't thank Mike from 150 Speed Shop enough. Like I said, he is the person that did build the engine and transmission for this. Like I said, by any means, contact them with any of your questions or anything you want for, or doing a full build. So.
And what makes this a whole lot easier, if you saw what he had in the back, Eastwood's, it's basically a stripper made by Eastwood. Works really well. Mike has already hit this quite a bit. You know, we're going to go over it more and pressure wash more. Make it just as nice on the rest of the frame as the rest of the truck. So when this thing's all put together, not only is it going to perform like new, but it's going to look like new. So with that, guys, we're going to get to work. We're going to do some planning, and we will see you tomorrow. Later.